After World War I, the Treaty of Versailles left Germany ravaged. But one person managed to come in, flip things around, and turn people's frowns upside down. You see, Adolf Hitler had a plan, and he was able to make Germany a wonderful place for Germans. Only Germans. You see, Hitler's method of making Germany great again was by blaming it on the fact that Germany wasn't pure enough. He launched an aggressive campaign to do this by making life better for his Aryans, those that were Germans of pure blood, and by making things crappier for everybody else, like the Gypsies, the Commies, and the Jews. In doing so, he was able to improve Germany's economy. For example, Hitler launched many public work programs to improve the economy, such as fixing and building streets, offices, and many other aspects of their infrastructure. By 1938, he managed to drop unemployment down to 2% and created a strong demand for workers. In addition to economic reforms in Germany during his rule, Hitler instilled a sense of strong nationalistic pride to boost German morale. For example, the Nazis used heavily biased propaganda to make Germans think that life was great, that the Nazis were great, and that the Jews were bad. Support for the Nazis grew quickly when they began taking control of education and starting children to fall in line with Nazi ideology while their minds were still malleable. There were numerous organizations designed to make Aryans feel a part of something greater than themselves, promoting the Nazis' fascist and anti-Semitic beliefs. This movement created a community for the pure Aryans called the Volksgemeinschaft. Hitler wasn't only focused on control inside his border, but power outside of them too. At first, the Nazification of German society only fulfilled a portion of true Nazi agenda. While implementing the people's community, the Nazis began to pursue policies that were aimed to increase territorial expansion. In the beginning, Hitler was quiet about his expansionist goals because Germany was still militarily weak. But when Germany withdrew from the League of Nations, it became clear that Gustav's, the previous chancellor and foreign minister, policy of peaceful cooperation was gone. Then, in March 1935, Hitler proclaimed that Germany would no longer follow the Treaty of Versailles, and he established a military draft to build up the German army. He then used this army to occupy the demilitarized Rhineland, but still, Britain refused to act against this aggressive behavior and instead adopted a policy of appeasement. France would oppose Germany during this time, but without the support of the British, they could do next to nothing. Having been given free rein, Hitler then made alliances with Japan and Italy. It wasn't until late 1937 that Hitler was fully ready to move forward with his plans, at which time he took over Austria. Hitler began demanding Czechoslovakia, and this was worrisome for the British Prime Minister ℍ𝕒𝕗𝕠 so he engaged negotiations with Hitler and France. At first, negotiations were successful, and they came out to a peaceful agreement granting Hitler to invade part of Czechoslovakia.
Hitler invaded all of it and threatened Poland too.
After this, no longer would Great Britain sit back and allow this German aggression, and so ℍ𝕒𝕗𝕠issued a declaration warning Hitler not to go through with his plans to invade Poland. However, Hitler, not taking these threats seriously, did exactly what nobody expected by casually taking over Poland thanks to him signing a non-aggression pact with Joseph Stalin. You know, the crazy paranoid communist who murdered a third of his country. Finally, on September 1st, 1939, Germany invaded Poland, and the British finally started war against Germany. Because taking over 3 territories is perfectly fine, but 4? Now that's where the British drew the line. The Second World War had begun.
Spoiler alert, Germany loses again.